Hi guys, Eamon from the movement here. Pilates class morning for 9:30. So if you're joining us today, make sure you have your space set up and your mat set up. Okay, and we're going to get through maybe half an hour of work. All right. So we'll just give it another minute for you to get yourself ready, and then we'll start. Okay. All right, guys, we'll get going. So what I want you to do when you're starting off today is come into child's pose. Okay. So make sure your knees are roughly about hip distance apart. Same thing with your feet behind. You sit back onto your bum and then reach your hands forward as far as you can and then breathe and start to relax your head down. Just let your back stretch out, stretch at your shoulders, so try and get every little inch you can out of those fingertips while keeping your hips down and breathe. Good, and when you're ready, we're going to come out of this position. And what we're going to do is we're going to hold around this in our back. So we're going to come up and start to arch our back up as we straighten up our knees. And then we're going to allow ourselves to weigh it down almost to our spine as our hips go down to the floor. And breathe. Make sure our neck is long, shoulders pulled back and down. And just look over your right shoulder. And then look over your left shoulder. Good. And then we're going to get that roundness in the back again, pulling our belly button into our spine. As we go back into that child's pose position. And breathe. And again, with that breath, start to activate that core. So with each exhale, really start to draw up those powerhouse muscles at the lower part of your torso. Come up, roundness in the back, and then let it come out as we go into that cobra pose. Pull the shoulders down. This time when we turn, I want you to just do a little rotation to the shoulders and back the other way. So rotate the shoulders slightly. Good, and then up again, roundness in the back, into that child's pose position. Really push those hips back. And feel the stretch of your shoulders. Up again. Roundness in the back. Roll it down. And come up. And again, rotate. And rotate. Good. And back into that child's pose position. This time, guys, what we're going to do is in that child's pose position, we're just going to rock to our shoulders. You just rock your shoulders about 3 or 4 times. And then come up. Bring yourselves towards the floor. Lift our lower legs and just allow them to rotate right and left. Good. And then push back into child's pose. Come down. Allow the legs to just turn while keeping our knees on the floor. Child's pose. Down we come into that half position, so elbows are bent is fine. We're not flat on the floor. And just turn the legs. Turn the legs one more time. Out, rock through the shoulders. And then in and turn right and left. Lovely. Push back into that child's pose position. Take a deep breath. Let your hands go over the right side of your mat and then feel the stretch on the left side of your body. So make sure you're pulling that hip back and feeling that stretch all the way down here through your lats, through your obliques. Keep breathing and activating that core as we go, guys. So make sure we're reconnecting. Hands over to the left side. Stretching out the right side of your body and breathe into the stretch. Good, and then come back to the center. When you're ready, let's come up to a pillar position, okay? So elbows, wrists, shoulders all in line, knees underneath the hips. Make sure that spine is neutral, so head is in line with the spine. All I want us to try and do is just flex our feet and just straighten out our legs, and we should be in a perfect plank position from here, and just hold that position for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees, push back into that child's pose. Breathe for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back up and straight into a plank. 10 seconds. Really activate that core here, guys. Make sure our position is strong. Holding those shoulders back and down, squeezing into the lats. Knees down. Push back into child's pose. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up, plank position again. Make sure those fingers are spread out. Spread the weight through your hands. And breathe into that core. Really pull in those muscles down at the bottom of the torso. And drop the knees. One more time. Push back into child's pose. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up. Core activation. Straighten. Pull down into those lats. Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the thighs. And breathe. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees. Push back into child's pose. Get the stretch. Beautiful. And when you're ready, let's come all the way to the floor. We're going to lower ourselves to the floor. And what I want us to do here, guys, is extend our hands out from our shoulders and looking over at our left hand. I want you to bend up your legs so that the soles of the feet are pointing towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath. Again, activate that core and just allow your hips to turn, okay? So allow your hips to turn and then bring them back to the center. And then we're going to change the position of our head, turn to our right, and let our legs fall out to the left and come back to center again. Change the position of our head as our legs turn and breathe. So allow them to turn as much as they can, okay? If you want or if you're able, and you can let your foot come all the way around and touch the floor, then do, but just be aware of what you're doing. Don't hold your breath. Keep breathing as you turn. Knees are bent. One more time each side. Last one. Going to come back to the center. Extend your legs and just relax. Rest your forehead on your fingers, guys, and allow your body to stretch out with your breath, okay? So don't strain it, trying to extend it. Just let the breath do the work. So as you breathe, allow the body to feel like it's extending, like it's relaxing, and like it's stretching out to its full potential. Good. And think of your position on the mat. Make sure we have a nice alignment from north to south, so from head to toe, and obviously from east to west to our hips. And breathe. Good. When you're ready, what I want us to do is just lift ourselves up off the floor slightly so our collarbone is cleared. And start to activate that core. So again, start to reconnect to those muscles down at the bottom of our torso, our pelvic floor, our TVAs, our powerhouse muscles. When you're ready, let's just bring our left leg up, curl and straighten. Try to activate those hamstrings. Go a few more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So what I want you to focus on here, guys, is making sure when we switch over to the right leg that nothing else is moving, okay? So when we bend a heel up towards our bum, if we start to feel our back come up like this, draw it down and don't curl it up so much, okay? Breathe and squeeze. Activate those hamstrings. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go back to the left leg. Double movement. Little pump. Drop it down. Again, focus on what's not moving and keep on breathing. And with that breath, reconnect to that core. It's a very simple move, so it allows us to focus on everything else that's going on around that leg, curling and straightening. 3, 2, And one. Let's stay on that left leg. What I want us to do is squeeze in. Imagine we've got a nut or something we're trying to crack in that crease at the back of our knee, and just start to squeeze. And again, if you feel other parts of your body start to take over, all right, don't let them, okay? So don't let your lower back kick in or trying to squeeze up. Just relax and work that hamstring. Squeeze and breathe. With each exhale, try and squeeze a little bit harder. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Over the right leg, double pump. A little curl, little down, little back up, and then all the way down. And remember, squeeze. Try and keep everything else still. On this side, I'm feeling myself having to work a little bit harder. Keep everything else as quiet as possible. A few more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift it up. Squeeze. Remember thinking about squeezing something in behind that knee. Activating the hamstring. Breathe. Continue to squeeze. Let the breath increase the strength in those muscles. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Good stuff. This time what I want you to do is just squeeze the legs together slightly. Lift your knees up off the floor. And we're going to reach our hands up, outside the shoulders, palms in, okay? What I want us to do, guys, is sweep them back and just touch our hands here, just on the outside of our hips. Good, and reach up again, palms facing in, and then draw the elbows in, squeeze the lower back, reach out, sweep it back, touch the hips, bring it up, palms facing, squeeze the elbows, and repeat. Down, long arms, sweep back, okay, touch the hips, palms facing, squeeze the elbows into the ribs, and again, continue. Try and keep those hands off the floor, squeeze elbows out, draw back. Let's do 2 more. Squeeze the elbows in, out, sweep it back. Last time, elbows in, draw back, and then relax. Again, relaxing down, letting your head rest on the back of your fingers, and breathing again, allowing the body to stretch out. 4, 3, 2, and 1. When you're ready, let's come up again. Let's lift. Knees up if you can. Legs slightly squeezed together. This time, let's bring our fingertips together. Draw the fingertips behind the body and lift up, touch the fingertips behind the lower back, and then sweep them up again, touch them in front, and repeat. So try and get the hands off the body. So you're going to have to lift that chest up a little bit higher, activating that lower back. The muscles in there, guys, have to be worked as much as the ones on the front. Good shoulder mobility work this as well. 2. Last 1. And 1. Lovely. And relax. Hands down outside the shoulders. Push back into that child's pose position. And breathe and get the stretch in that lower back. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. When you're ready, let's come into a downward facing dog position. So we're going to flex the feet into the floor, push the heels down, let the head go down in between the hips, and start to breathe. So feel a little bit of tightness today, guys. I'm going to try to flat my heels, move my hand a little bit further. I'm not going to be as high up as I want to be. I'm going to try and stretch from here. Relax the body as much as you can. When you're ready, what I want us to do is lift the right leg up with the bent knee. Okay? So knee bent and bring the knee in. And as the knee comes in, bring it in between our hands and then go out. Then knee up, squeeze, and through, and up. Let knee squeeze, and through. 2 more. Last 1, through, lift, and squeeze. Bring it down. Go to the other leg. Bend knee, lift. When we lift that bent knee up, guys, make sure we're doing it from the glutes, not from the lower back. So back stays strong. Bring that knee through. Change of position, exhale, squeeze into that core. 2 more. The last one. And come through. And back into that downward facing dog. And relax and feel the stretch. Good. This time, what we're going to do is we're going to lift up our right leg straight this time and bring it all the way through. Let it come to the floor into our half pigeon hold, okay? So it's crossed over in front on the floor. We're going to get a nice stretch to our hips here. All right, what I want us to do is try and lower down if we can, keeping that back leg as straight as we can, and get the stretch through the hips. If this is too difficult, guys, just drop that back knee, okay? Come into it as best you can, all right? We're going to feel that stretch to the outside of the hip. Good, when you're ready, let's come up. When you're ready, take a deep breath, straighten that back leg, lift that leg back, and come into downward facing dog, and then we're going to go to the other leg. So when we come down, we're going to bring our left leg forward, keeping that knee up if you can. If you have to drop it down, then do, but try and get this hip as low as possible. Drop the elbows if you have to or if you can to feel that stretch. And breathe into it. 2 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands up. Lift back. And into that downward facing dog. And breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go back to the right leg this time, guys, but we're going to change it up slightly. So bring that leg in to our half pigeon hold. What I want you to do is drop the back knee and just roll out a little slightly so we can come into a 90-90 position, okay? So what that means is our front leg is bent. Mightn't be perfect 90 degrees. Same with the back leg, it might be perfect. But what I want us to try and do is come into a position where we can hold ourselves up as much as possible. Okay, so I don't want us to really lean onto this hand if we can help it, okay? If we have to, that's fine. I'm going to have to at certain times, okay? This is just all about flexibility and external, internal rotation in the hips, okay? So wherever you're at, you might need to put that hand down, but try not to if you can help it, okay? When you're ready, into that stretch, I want us to try and bring our hands together and just hold them here. Now, I'm very leant over this way, guys, because I'm struggling here with my external rotation, okay? But I'm going to hold it as long as I can. And I'm going to turn into that rotation. We're just going to rotate slightly, just to allow a little bit of relief, and then into the stretch. 3, 2, and 1. If you struggle here, guys, just do it with one hand. Try and keep the pressure off this hand. We want to work this outside hip. Okay? When you're ready, hands to the floor this time. Okay, so we can bring our hands down. Hold the right hand is holding on. Sorry, the left hand is holding on to the right foot, and our right hand is away from our body so that we can lower into this knee. Okay, so turn your belly button into that knee. Take a deep breath, keep the chest high and lower down. Feel the stretch in the hips and breathe. Now, remember, chest is up. So we don't drop the head here. If you feel like you need to, when you take a deep breath, try and lift the chest a bit higher. And then exhale, lower. And again. Beautiful. Let's come up. So we're a little bit better in that rotation. Small bit, but still struggling a little bit, really clinging on here with this hip. Go on and then relax. Let's go to the other side. Okay, so straighten the legs forward. And let's go to the other side. So we'll see the difference now between one side and the other. Okay, so I'm going to tuck my leg in a little bit more, otherwise I'm going to fall over, but I'm going to try and keep this hip down as much as I can. Hands up, a little bit better this side. Okay, so I'm able to hold myself up a little bit easier. Just to allow that stretch, I'm going to turn into that back knee. One more time. A lot easier that side. Now I'm going to bring my hands down. Left hand holding on the right foot in the front. My left hand is away from my body. I'm going to turn my belly button into that front knee, keeping the chest high. I'm going to lower down. Deep breath, inhale, lift the chest up, exhale, lower down. Belly button to inside thigh, and again. Great stretch this, guys, for the hips and the lower back. Come up. What we're going to try and do, guys, is just, I'm going to turn this way so you can see what we're doing a little bit better. I'm going to turn back to the other side. I can use my hands if I want, but I'm just going to try and rotate my feet if I can. Okay, so I'm going to turn from one side to the other. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I did that again. Or I can use my hands if I have to, but I want to stay into my hips as much as I can. Okay, so out of that 90-90 position, I'm just going to turn my hands, lift my knees, and let them fall to the other side. Okay, so I'm back on this side again. On my right foot forward, my left foot back. Might need a bit of adjusting, maybe to get into that stretch a little bit more. What I want us to do is from this side, so our left hand, we're going to lift it up and over, stretching across. And what I want us to try and do is lower our right elbow down as we stretch. Okay, so we stretch up and over, lengthening that side of our body. So our left side is lengthened from knee to fingertip, and lower down and continue to stretch without overarching the back. Good. Bring your arm to 90 degrees, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to rotate in, elbow to armpit, keeping the hips where they are. Exhale, come up, follow with your eyes, and again, in and out, in and out. Lovely. And then when you're ready, lengthen again. So left arm lengthens, and see, can we come up using our core, extending that arm, bring it down, and we're going to go to the other side. So we're going to use our hands if we need to, rotate our legs across our body, and come into a 90-90 on the other side. All right? Good. So I'm going to stay this side so you can see what I'm doing, guys. When you're ready, right arm goes up and over, lengthen that side of your body, lower down, the elbow to the floor, keeping that hip low, and stretch. Bring the arm to 90 degrees. Close it in, elbow under, towards your armpit, exhale, rotate it out, open up the chest, open up the shoulders, and again, close it in, exhale, open out, one more time, and open out. Good, and when you're ready, stretch out again, right hand up and over, straighten the left, bring the arm down, and this time we're going to come to the front, and we're going to lower ourselves to the floor for our first batch of core exercises. So from here, guys, what you're going to do, use the thighs if you need to. We're just going to control and roll down. So I want you to keep focusing forward, allow the back to round, so pushing your waistband into the floor and drawing your belly button in towards your spine, activating your core, lower down. Good, and as you lower down, what I want us to do is to bring our legs to 90 degrees. So straight up from the hip with the thighs, point the toes, knees gently squeeze together, and start activating the core. Hands up to the ceiling. Okay, we're almost in our dead bug position. Fingertips are long. Keeping the knees where they are, guys. All I want you to do is let your hands go back behind. Exhale, draw them back up. And again. So as you draw your hands up, and as you exhale, I want you to really squeeze into your core, okay? So imagine your arms are like a vice, one end of a vice, squeezing everything that's in the center, okay? So inhale, exhale, squeeze it in. And again, squeeze it in. Good. 2 more times. Last time. Good. Relax here for a second. This time, when our arms go back, I'm going to extend my left leg, and then I'm going to draw them back in together, that starting position, and then I'm going to switch to the other leg. Hands go back. Extend the right. Control, squeeze, and reverse. Left leg, arms go back, squeeze, and other side. Keep it going. So again, big exhale, on the way in, squeeze into that core. Okay, so make sure you're activating it. That's what's drawing you in. That's where the pull comes from. We're not lifting just from the hip flexors and from the shoulders and the chest. We're actually drawing it in with the core first. Okay, so that's the first bit you feel activating before we start drawing together. A couple more times each side. Last one. Good. And then relax, just bring the knees in for a second and breathe. Good, and we're going to progress that, guys. So if you're comfortable progressing, then do. If you need to go back to the easier moves, then do that as well. All right? Let's come back to that 90-degree position. Dead bug position, okay? Fingers pointing up to the ceiling. This time we're going to go opposite hand, opposite leg. All right? So right hand is going to go back as my left leg extends. And then I'm going to bring it back to that starting position and switch to the other side. You can draw in with our core, extend, squeeze, breathe, squeeze. And focus on what's not moving. So make sure when we extend our left leg that our right leg isn't coming in towards our body. Okay, so what you might find is what happen is this. You might pull the other leg in. Don't. Try and keep it square. Try and keep everything still except the leg in the arm that is moving. And do it slow, guys, and you'll be fine, okay? I know coordination can be an issue, but come back to the starting position every time. Extend, go in, extend, go in. One more time each side. And then bring the knees in and relax. Good. When we're ready, this time, if you can, we're going to straighten the legs, okay? Hands up towards the ceiling. So if this is too difficult, again, go back to the easier versions if you need to. Otherwise, try and test yourself. Legs are straight, hands are straight up, opposite leg with opposite hand. Okay, what we might do actually, guys, we might just do the hands first, okay, and then we'll come into the legs afterwards. Okay, so straighten the legs, hold a position here, making sure our tailbone isn't up off the floor, activating our core. Let's just do the hands. Let's go back, right hand, squeeze, left hand, squeeze, right hand, squeeze, left hand, squeeze. And again, draw into those deep muscles, guys, let them do the work. Good, bend the knees for a second, just for a second. Take 2 deep breaths. Then let's go up, let's do alternate legs. Alternate hands, right hand, left leg, lower, lift. Starting position, left hand, right leg, lower, lift. Focus and concentrate, guys. And breathe. Two more. Bring the knees in. Relax them into your chest. Just allow that lower back to release a little bit. Beautiful. Good. When you're ready, guys, let's extend our left leg. Just hold on to that right leg. Take a deep breath and just try and lift your shoulders up. When you're in position, activate that core to hold you here. I know we might be holding on to our knee a little bit, but I want you to release that grip. Good. Looking down the inside of your leg. Let's switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Breathe in. Knees in if you need to. Need a lot of release today, guys. The core is really struggling today. But we're going to stay in it. Straighten the left leg. Straighten the right leg. Walk up, bring your shoulders up and hold and switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Bring the knees together, lower down. Lovely. When you're ready, guys, we're going to roll onto our side plank position. What I want us to do is make sure our knee is on the floor for this one, okay? So knees down. And we're going to come up into a side plank, making sure our elbow is underneath our shoulder. We have a nice line through our body. We're not letting our hips come back, but our hips are on top of each other. Our head is in a line or at the right angles to our shoulders. We're not drooping it down here. Good. And when you're ready, let's lengthen this arm up beside our ear. So we're on our right arm, left arm is out, left leg is out. And what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to lift a straight leg up and reach your hand down towards our knee and then reverse. Again, nothing else is moving except that arm and leg. Breathe as we go and keep activating that core. Get a nice work the outside of the hip and the obliques. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Hold it up, guys. What I want us to do now is come straight through the middle. Elbow and knee. See if we can pull them towards each other. Extend. And again. Now, if you find that when you pull your knee up, that you're rounding your back, then don't pull it up any further, okay? Pull it up as far as you can, maintaining a flat back. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's go to the other side. I'm going to turn this way. You can roll over. We're doing the same thing on the other side. So side plank position. Make sure starting position is good. Knees bent underneath your body. Elbow and shoulder in line. Head at right angles to our shoulders. Extend that top arm up. Find a good position first. You need to, guys, get nice length. Good. When you're ready, lift. Hand comes down. Extend. And again, stay in control. Breathe. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Extend. Keep that leg up. This time, guys, lift the knee, pull the elbow in, extend. Keep it going, guys. Last few seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. When you're ready, let's come onto our front again. Let's get into the last little bit of a stretch before we finish up. Okay? So let's go back into that child's pose position that we started off in. Pushing our hips back towards our bum. Get every little bit of a stretch we can. Out to our shoulders, fingertips clawing forward out a few centimeters. But what I want us to do, guys, is walk our hands up between our knees, so make our knees a little bit wider. Good, and try and keep those hips where they are. So push the hips down as low as you can onto your heels. So my feet are slightly together, which is fine. My knees are out. So I'm opening up the hips here. And what I'm going to try and do is keep the hips where they are and just walk the hands out as much as I can. Getting as low as I can without letting my hips rise up. Okay, so what I don't want to do is let my hips rise up. I'm try and push them down and breathe. Deep breath. Walk the hands all the way back in between the knees. Push them down. Pull those shoulders down. Push those hips into the heels. Squeezing the core as we go. Reach, walk, breathe. And again, come back. Walk the hands up in between the knees. Pull the shoulders down. Push the hips down. We're going to do this 2 more times, guys. So get everything you can out of it. Keep the hips where they are. Walk out as much as you can. Good. 1 more time. Good. Walk it out. Breathe for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands up slightly so that we can come back. Shoulders over the wrists. Bring those knees in under the hips into that strong pillar position. Breathe here for a second, finding that neutral position. Good. When you're ready, flex the feet into the floor and just lift your knees ever so slightly. What I want us to do, guys, here is we're going to lift our right leg over our left. Give a little tap down, almost like a little curtsy, keeping the left knee low, and then come back, and then repeat on the other side. Left knee goes across, and you go back. Right knee goes across, knee stays low. We're trying to work in and around those hips, but at the same time, we're getting a great core workout here. We've got to squeeze the core to spread the weight between our feet and our hands, making sure those knees stay low. So there's no point straightening the legs up and just wrapping it around. Keep the knees low, lift and squeeze. Lift, wrap it over, tap it down. A few more. 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees. Child's pose again. Take the pressure off the wrists. Good. And when you're ready, flex the feet into the floor. Heels down, head down into that downward facing dog. Walk the hands back. Try to keep the legs as straight as you can for as long as you can. When your hands get to your toes, what I want you to do is bend your knees and try to release your shoulders, release your arms. So knees are bent. We're trying to stretch out that back. Rest the hands down on the floor. So I'm resting my knuckles down just so I can know where I'm at. And what I want you to do is take a deep breath. Hold the back where it is, nice and relaxed as much as you can. Just try to straighten the legs as you breathe. Keep the arms where they are. And breathe. Good. And then chin on the chest, roll up nice and slow for 3, 2, and 1. When you're ready, just roll the shoulders back. What I want us to do is just allow our body to lengthen. Imagine we've got something heavy in our hands that's pulling them down. Okay, so we're carrying something heavy in our hands. Our shoulders are down, and we're just going to lean our neck over to the right without lifting our left shoulder up. So we don't want to see that happening. So allow the shoulders to go down, lean over. Just start to nod the head just so we can try to release the neck here in the traps. Nod, 2, and 1. Let's go over the other side. So lean your head over to the left, keep those shoulders low, and just nod the head for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to the center. Let's just give a nice big circle. Back the other way. Good, and then relax, deep breath. Inhale up with the hands. Exhale down, and again inhale up, and exhale down. Well done, guys. Thanks for joining us this morning. I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you got some benefit out of it. Certainly myself like getting it in first thing in the morning. I find it always helps, particularly a little bit of stretching. Core work as well is always a bonus. All right. So hope you keep moving, guys, and we'll see you all during the rest of the week. Okay. Thanks for stopping by.